morning, Mr. Ackerman. How are you?
Hey, I'm up.
And so is
We
your
are up.
dog. So is Baxter. I see him in the
Yes,
background.
Baxter. He wants to be a part of everything. I know, buddy. Thank you,
Before
buddy.
you
You were my uncle. You were part of a Big Brother program when I was a little punk, little 8, 9 year old ADD crazy kid. You watched over me, or you took me out for ice cream and some hoops and stuff. And you're like, this kid's too crazy. I probably can't hang out with him too much. Oh man. So
that's
yeah,
the
that's my first memory of young Alex Ackerman is my mom was like, please just take them as long as you want. Okay. If you need to keep them for a week, you can keep them. So, yeah, Big Brother program. And then later on, she fell in love with your brother. They got married. And yeah, part of the Ackerman clan. Actually, my last name is Ackerman now.
you
So,
remember your mom saying, "Hey, help me with Jason," and I'm like, "I can do it." And then you were more than I could handle. You're still more than I can handle,
right,
frankly. But
right.
this is last year. We went to Thailand and India together, so that was really cool.
Uh, yeah, mission trip over there. I'm still deprocessing that a lot. I can't tell you how many times I'm in a car ride and I'm just talking to the Lord about what did I learn from that? What was He teaching me? So many people ask you, "Hey, how was that?" And they want you to give you a very generic answer. And I look in their eyes, I'm like, "Are they ready for what I really want to say? What the Lord is supposed to really say? I'm supposed to say?" And
You talked to a lot of people about being a part of that trip, and you raised a bunch of money that now is sitting in the hands of people in Thailand and in India to be used for ministry. So that was a big
it's
deal.
hard. Especially for me, I'm not used to asking, not necessarily asking for help, but I don't like asking for money. I feel like maybe it's because I grew up poor or something like that, where money is a certain thing and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna earn my own money. I'm gonna earn my own way and stuff. But some like Hope said, she's like, even if you could financially pay for all of what you need to get, you are taking away the opportunity for someone else to do some giving, doing God's work, for their heart. Like the Lord might be convicting their heart to send something, even if they're a non believer, just being a part of something, asking someone else to be a part of something. And that kind of taught me an important lesson. And even if I can control some stuff solo on my own, this mission work, this kingdom work, is communal. So if I ask someone else to help and be a part of it, now it just became more communal rather than individualistic. So yeah, for me, I sent out a text to everyone, and there was definitely somewhere I was like, I do not want to send this text to them. I don't like them, or they've hurt me, or something like that. And I decided to do it anyways and just try to forget about it. I was very surprised by some of them, and some of them gave me money. Some of them reached out to me, and even one of them, I went and had breakfast with them. I haven't seen that person in 20 years. And I would actually probably say I gotten some closure from
Wow.
how that person's relationship with me, and that was pretty powerful. And in the sense, I was like, "Wow, Lord, I guess this is what it means. These aren't just words on paper. Where if I'm willing to humble myself, who knows what God can do?"
And then you played football at CU back in the day.
We all have attributes or things that we identify as. I grew up in the state of Colorado here, and a big part of my identity as a young lad was sports and activities. I was Mr. Colorado, All American, Defensive Player of the Year coming out of high school. So I had some really big expectations and hopes on my heart and life. I went and played up at CU. Um, the Lord decided He had other plans. I believe I got injured, blew my knee out, tore all my ligaments, ACL, PCL, LCL, and MCL. So there wasn't really much coming back from that. And that really sent me in a spiral downhill when you take away someone's, a young person's identity, especially when that identity is, it brings fame and power and prestige, and people want to talk about it like they're still talking about it 20 years later. So that taught me a lot about where do I put my identity? Where's my house? Is it on the rock or is it on sand? And it took me about 20 years or so to really understand the difference. Because at that time, as a young man, I thought I was a follower of Christ. I thought I was a person that has surrendered myself, and I've picked up my cross and stuff. But it taught me a lot about what authentic Christianity is. And so Football
Yeah.
was a big part of it. I love sports. I think there's a lot of principles. I coach football right now. You can see there's a football play on the back here with my nephew.
I,
We got our
I was
championship
assuming
game.
I was assuming that was an exegetical breakdown of Isaiah 65.
Oh, you could probably do that too. A zigzag and a renewal and touchdown. Uh,
I do
but
think it's interesting to think of who you would have been if you had been if you'd had a stellar career.
I've asked myself that. I've asked myself that, and to be honest, of where my heart was, even that word of humbleness before, like, um, too many idols. Like football, sports itself became an idol, and I didn't even realize. I didn't even know what idols were. So that's why this book of Isaiah is an interesting book, because really understanding what is an idol in our lives and stuff. When do we exalt something more than ourselves?
Probably half a dozen huge themes in Isaiah, and one of them is God taking away idols through destruction in order to set people free. It's just a pretty bizarre concept, and I hadn't really thought about it. But
When you think about that, so like when you say that, that makes me think of like a little child. And let's say they get their hands on like scissors or something or whatever. And for them, they're like, wow, this is so exciting and I'm fun. And the parent, the person that knows, takes something away from them out of their hands and they start to cry and complain. And, in today's culture, they're like, why would you ever do anything? You got to be loving. Don't let like a child cry or something like that. And you're like, well, no, the loving parent knows, so things get taken out of our hands because it's for our best. It's to free us up. It's to keep us safe. And that concept of freedom, it's so weird because it's not that sports like football didn't let me be free, but with the way my relationship was with it, it did it. It bonded me. It was a bondage of my identity and my root, and even my relationships with friends and girlfriends and stuff. Everything, all relationships, it taught me a point of that freedom has to come first from the relationship that matters most.
mm-hmm.
And I didn't quite know that as a young lad.
Yeah,
So.
but you found out. I like the way you use the word bonding, which always seems like a good thing. Like we're supposed to bond with things we love or with people, but and then you took that word bonding right into bondage, where if it's not the Lord you're bonding to, then it's going to be a form of bondage. That was really good.
See over me. Oh.